Hello everybody, we're going to have a quick look now at some examples of how to use the cosine rule. So from the previous video, you should know that the cosine rule, or the version we're going to use, is c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. So we're going to look at our triangle where we've got to find this length here. Okay, let's put an X there, look, and we'll use that formula. Now, straight away, we have an angle used in this, which is called capital C. So we better call the angle we've got in this question a capital C, so we can sub it into our version of the cosine rule, which means the thing we're trying to find, x, is the lowercase c. We can then say that the 13 could be A and the 11 could be B, but it wouldn't make any difference at all to the question if we had swapped that round and chosen the A to be 11. So if we put these numbers in, then what we're going to have is 13 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 13 times 11 times cosine of 42. Now, if that's equal to c squared, then if I square root all that on my calculator, then that will give me the c that I'm looking for. So try typing this in and be very careful and check that you do get the same answer as me. You should end up that's showing that that side length is 8.801 centimeters. Okay, let's have a look at another one now. This one is slightly more challenging. We're going to find the measure of an angle. Okay, so just to make sure we understand this, BCA, okay, designates the angle at C between the B and A. And after that, we're going to find an area of a triangle too. So let's start off by writing out our cosine rule as usual. Okay, c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. And let's try and rearrange it in this format because we're going to try and find an angle, right? And actually, it's already set up for us. We're going to be finding the angle C. So let's just try and move these things around so that we have cosine C as the subject of our formula. So I'm going to start off by moving the 2ab cosine C to the left, and that's so I get rid of that negative sign. And I'm going to take the C squared to the right, so I'm going to end up with 2ab cosine C is equal to a squared plus b squared minus c squared. That is an equivalent expression. Now I'm going to divide through by 2ab, and this is going to leave me with cosine c equal to a squared plus b squared minus c squared, all divided by 2ab. So this is the version of the cosine rule, and to be honest with you, you might want to just commit this to memory. That will help us to find an angle. We'll find that expression on the right, we'll do a cosine minus 1, and that will find us the angle that we need. Right, okay, so from here, let's draw a little picture and make sure we know what we're labeling and what's going on here. So we've got a triangle ABC. Let's just draw any triangle. And even if the sides don't look quite right, don't worry too much. Let's just make sure we have our labeling right. Okay, so A, B, C there. Look, we've got A to B is 7. We've got B to C is 5. And we've got A to C as 8. And we are trying to find a measure of the angle from B to C to A. So that is this one here. Okay, so we're all happy. That means that we have a B there, we have a lowercase a there, and we have a lowercase c here. Right, so with that information then, let's try and substitute all that into this expression we've just found. So we're going to have cosine c is going to be equal to 8, in fact, let's keep it the same way around. Look, shall we? 5 squared plus 8 squared minus 7 squared, all over 2 times 5 times 8. And if we do a cosine minus 1, and I would do this in one move on your calculator, so just to save yourself effort and to keep it an exact value, okay, or as well-rounded as we need to be, put it all into your calculator like this, and then press equals. Now, in this case, it actually comes out with a nice whole amount. It is going to be 60 degrees, but do check that you can get that same answer as well. So this value here, look, 60 degrees. Okay, let's go back to the question and let's see what B was. Find the exact area of triangle ABC. Okay, now they use the word exact, but that is a little bit beyond what we're doing in this video. So just all you've got to worry about here is just putting in the numbers that we know about, right? So if we are going back to this question, we're going to use the formula for area: half times A times B times sine of C. And we can use the same labeling that we have in this triangle here because we have angle C. So this will be a half times 8 times 5 times sine of 60 degrees, and that is going to be 17.3 centimeters squared. Okay, there we are. That is how we can use the cosine rule to find an angle. Okay, from here you can have a go at a few questions from exercise 8E.E3 section B. Good luck.